Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Inna li rabbikum fi ayyam ad-dahri nafahat, fata'arradu laha." Your Lord certainly has within the days of the year spiritual breezes. Therefore, expose yourselves to them. لعل أحدكم أن تصيبه نفحة فلا يشقى بعدها أبدا. It might be that one of you receives a spiritual breeze from Allah, after which he will never be counted among the damned. Which means that a person receives felicity from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as the blessed month of Ramadan approaches, this is the month of nafahat. This is the month of spiritual breezes. And we want to take advantage of this month and get the most out of it. So one of the things that we should do as the month approaches is that we should create a schedule in the month of Ramadan. It's very easy that we get into the first few days of Ramadan, but then we fall into old habits, or we set these goals, but we don't necessarily have a way of accomplishing and achieving those goals. And we cannot let the month of Ramadan pass us by and miss out on all of the opportunities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us in this most blessed month. So we have to have a plan. Imam al-Ghazali says in one of the most beautiful quotes, and he really gets to the heart of the matter, which is all that we have in reality is just a little bit of time. And what separates people who are successful from those who fail are those who take advantage of that time. Imam al-Ghazali says, your time is your life. Every single breath of yours is a priceless jewel because it is irreplaceable. So only rejoice in an increase in knowledge or good deeds. That is how we have to use our time. But what often happens in the month of Ramadan is that we focus on our goals. I want to do this many khatams of Quran. I want to pray this many rak'ahs of Taraweeh, or whatever it may be, but we don't have a schedule. We don't have a system in place that actually helps us achieve those goals and meet those goals. When talking about habit formation, the author of this really good book called Atomic Habits, he says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the levels of your systems. So everyone can say, I want to do the most extraordinary things. I want to become an Olympian athlete. I want to do all of these things. But then the real question is, what system do you have in place that is going to guarantee that you're making progress in that direction? So instead of saying, I want to read a full khatam of Quran, an entire reading of the Quran, say, I plan on reading Quran every day between 5 and 6 p.m. That's part of my schedule. I know that I have free time, and in that free time, I'm going to read Quran every day. So it goes from being just a goal to actually having a schedule and a program in place that helps you meet that goal. Instead of saying, I'm going to pray Taraweeh every night, say, I'm going to have a system where I get enough rest. I come back from work or I come back from school and I get a little bit of rest. I give my body its right so that I have energy in the evening. And on top of that, I'm not going to eat too much for iftar so that when the time for Taraweeh comes, I have the energy to pray and I'm not going to be late. I'll be there for Isha. And even, for example, looking at the prayer times to ensure in your schedule and in your system that you're going to be there well in advance so that you're able to accomplish that goal. So when we have a schedule and a system, we're more likely to remain disciplined and focused. And we all come into Ramadan excited and invigorated, but naturally, the nafs starts to lose its momentum a little bit over time. But through having a system and having a schedule, inshallah, we can remain focused and we can accomplish all the goals that we set out to achieve. and maybe even more bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His enabling grace, and that He prepares us to receive the greatest divine blessings and mercy for us and the entire ummah in this month of Ramadan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.